how I am playing this Bitcoin pump. The market is pumping, which I've been expecting yesterday on the show. I told you that I do think this pump should happen up to the $3.2 trillion. That is what happened on the total market cap. But the question really is, what is happening now? We do have liquidations happening, ETFs buying, spot buying, and a bunch of other stuff. That's what we're going to talk about today. My exact trade setups. I'm going to share with you what I'm looking at, what sectors I'm looking at, what coins I'm looking at. If that sounds good, then watch this 5 to 10 minute update. And the reason it's 5 to 10 minutes, if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗑𝗓, and I basically dedicated my life to actually bringing you very short form, concise, actionable content when it comes to trading, whether it's going to be crypto, commodities, stocks. We're going to move into much more stocks and commodities in the coming weeks. But for now, it's crypto. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and join in the community. There's a link in the description where I supplement the YouTube show and can help you throughout the day as well. Let's get going. So a couple of things. Yesterday on the show, you know, these are designed so you come back every day and you spend 10 minutes of your time, right? So yesterday on the show, I was expecting, as you see down here, 3.11 trillion. I said, we most likely are going to have a pump up here, but then I do expect a rejection. So it's not as easy. I know everywhere today you're going to see that this is the breakout, buy this, you know, this is, we're so back, all that. I want to show you one simple chart, which is the daily. This does not look like we're so freaking back, okay? We're gonna get back to the charts in a second. I wanted to tell you that there was 93 million long liquidations, which is what is it? 24-hour, 93 million long liquidations and 600 million shorts. Now I see all over crypto Twitters, people are like, shorts got wrecked, bitch. There were billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of liquidations in the past months for longs. 600 million, considering a green candle like this is zero, nothing. So I would not put anything on that. It is true though that this rally is not driven by perps. Open interest is not at crazy heights. $700 million worth of buying has been happening, inflow into the ETF, which is quite substantial. And this post points out here that Bitcoin is led by spot buying and getting faded by perps. So this is actually a super interesting setup. And yes, I understand that this is how bottoms formed, but every pump in the next 30 to 90 days is there to liquidate you. You already exited liquidity. So I posted this in October. It's been true throughout the entire time. And yes, we're getting closer to the end of January, which I think will potentially change this. But for now, this is what I posted. And I said, first half of the week is always the setup to make you believe you have a clue about the direction of the market. You don't. Manage risk and buckle up. Then the pump happened. And I do believe that this will wreck a lot of people. So what am I expecting? First of all, on the daily chart, this is what I've been saying for a long time now, if you've been following the channel, that the ultimate top is up here at $3.7 trillion on the total market cap. That's about $112,000 on Bitcoin, right? The market can go all the way back up there and still reject. If you look back on any previous rallies and bull market tops, look at this, for example. Like you can see this, look at this retrace here. Like this retrace from the bottom was a 50% retrace, yet we were still in the bear market because of the major break that happened. So do not get tempted. Do not, I think 2026 is going to be extremely bullish, but do not think that this, what is this, 20% pump is we're so back and the bottom is marked. Okay, this is my opinion at least. You go down the low time frame. So why do I still think it might be worth longing? Because the way this whole thing is set up, you got to look at the 4-hour chart, and there was an AMD here, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I've talked about this on the day it happened. Also, if you don't know what this strategy is, it's a super simple strategy. I have a 10-minute video on it. Watch this. It's absolutely incredible. We're going to link it in the description as well. But there was an AMD playing out here, and I said the top of that level is right here. So about 3.21 trillion. If we see a 3.21 trillion break above and close above on the 4-hour, that means we've created a new high, and therefore this low, which also, again, all this I have talked about throughout the weeks when it happened, which also formed on the 50% of this leg and on the entire leg, okay? Is going to be the new low. Meaning, for us to confirm a reversal to happen, this low should be broken, which is 3.02. Now, that is a massive dump. You don't really have an option to prepare for that. Therefore, all I can do in these situations is to play the 15-minute chart. And we have a beautiful 15-minute setup here. So ultimately, sorry, going back to the higher time frame, ultimately, I think this thing will start rallying until, this thing will rally until we have a 4-hour or an hourly break. And that will basically confirm anywhere here, and that will confirm the reversal. And I do think that we're gonna go sub 80,000 and do a new low. Again, anything can change. This is what a lot of people don't understand. This is trading. Anything can change. We take it step by step. All that matters is that we can trade and make money. Okay. So go down to the 15-minute chart. Here's what I'm looking at, right? So if I go down to the 15-minute chart, I see this massive green dildo candle here, right? So I look at this and I go, what is the bottom of the candle? This is the bottom of the candle. Is there 3 consecutive candles? Yes, there is 3 consecutive candles. Amazing. This is a very, very strong level. All I want to see is what? A 50% retrace. Did we have that? Yes. So all I want to see now is a market structure shift, which is the shift in the lower time frame trend. I go into the 5-minute chart and I want to see what that looks like. Well, here is 3 consecutive candles, therefore this is my high. I'm giving you such a lesson here, by the way. But anyway, this is my ultimate high, right? So I go here, I mark this, I say market structure shift. This is what the reversal is. I am looking to long here and put my stop loss here, okay? So any coin that I'm looking at, if you look at, there is, if you look at Velo, you see that there are different sectors that are outperforming. So for example, gaming. You can look at some gaming tokens. I don't really want to, but then the next one is layer 2s, something worth looking at. So you can start looking at Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon. So all these 𝗬𝗚𝗧𝗏, 𝗙𝗏𝗏, ZK. So you can look at all these layer 2s that are seemingly performing pretty well considering the weekly performance. And then they're underperforming with DeFi, for example. Meme coins seemingly underperform, which is super weird. But this is the way I'm gonna structure my trades and look at it. But whatever token you wanna, I can look at Bitcoin here because it makes a little bit more sense. This was my short. I closed it. By the way, I passed the Bitfunded. I told you the Bitfunded challenge. So if you have bought an account, congratulations. I'm going to make the Zoom happen. If you don't know what Bitfunded is, they do this prop firm where you can get $150,000 capital. I passed it in 5 days. It's a challenge. Check out the links in the description. They are not sponsors, but we do have an affiliate link, and I will have continuous Zooms happening. So it's worth checking it out. I closed this short here in profits because it just didn't really do the rejection was not as strong as I expected. So the same scenario here. My long on Bitcoin will be this, right? So this is what I'm looking at. It's 1.5%, and I would not be surprised if this starts pushing, you know, as I said, all the way up to the 98,000. Is still, look at Bitcoin, it looks even worse. The 50% retrace on Bitcoin is actually up here at 98,000. This looks horrible considering also the liquidity buildup. So it's definitely going to be a short and a higher time frame. But for now, I do think you got to capitalize on the short-term volatility, and therefore it's worth a long position. This is going to be my long position on Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, same scenario. I close my Ethereum short as well. Same scenario. Comes back 50, long on there. XRP, don't long XRP, but like same thing here. Stop loss here. BNB, 50%. Stop loss down here. Solana, same thing. There is built up liquidity here, so I probably put my stop loss a little bit lower here, maybe down here. But ultimately, the same scenario will most likely play out on all the tokens. I am going to update you in the community, so I do have a community down here. There's a link in the description. If you go down, we're going to put it on the top of the description, as you can see it here, and also in the pinned comments. You're able to join in. It's completely free, and I'll post all the trades that I'm going to take when I'm going to take them. But it's also important to know that ultimately on a higher time frame, I am looking for short positions. This can reverse at any time. This can start nuking at any time. I do think that the strength is there now, and the stop loss is worth it if you play it on the 15-minute chart and if you are responsible. Guys, truly appreciate you watching. Join in the community. Subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notifications on. We're going to start dropping, maybe even today, a stock and commodities show as well. So go and check that out. It's going to be on the channel later today. I know a lot of you want to trade commodities and stocks as well, including me. So if we can make money with crypto, we trade crypto. If we can make money with stocks, we make, you know, we watch stocks. You can get a $1,000 sign-up bonus if you sign up to Pionex, one of our partners. I do have bots over there. You will be able to see it in the link in the description as well. And you can trade commodities there as well. So go and check this out. It's how you can sign up and claim a $1,000 sign-up bonus. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Take care. Ciao, ciao.